All right, good morning. I'm Bill McLaughlin with Go Construction. We're going to take you on a little tour of the Jack Miller Concert Hall that we're building for you. I'll take you around the building and show you what we're in the process of doing. So let's go take a walk. Here we're approaching from the southeast corner of the building, and you can see here that the masons pretty much have the south face done here. We're real close to starting to put the windows in. The brick's been washed. We're in the process of caulking the joints. They're working up the east side toward the truck dock on the facility. And we'll continue right on around the building onto the 9th Street side and work our way back around to the lobby at the west end. So we'll go ahead and enter the building over here. Where we're coming in now, this is the student entrance. Real quick here, we're going to be putting a sidewalk in. We'd like to have that in for the homecoming tours that you're going to be having. We're going to try to get that done here in the next couple weeks so that for homecoming we'll have a nice concrete walk to come inside the building. As you enter the building here, you have the stairway that leads to the second floor, and on the right will be the office areas. There'll be an inner set of doors here, but the office areas are over here on the right hand side. Over to the right here you have some of the acoustically sensitive rooms, the classrooms that you'll have, the studios. And if we head down this other hallway behind us here, this is where you'll see a lot of the studio rooms in progress. Down this side, we're real close. We're about ready to start drywall. You can see we've got our piping overhead above the acoustic lids. You can see these are rooms within rooms that have two separate walls so that the wall does not share with the room next to it, giving us a division for sound, as well as the ceilings themselves have a separate ceiling within the structure that are not tied to it, so that it reduces the sound transference between certain rooms in here. We'll step back in the corridor. You can see overhead the supply and return ductwork's in. The copper pipe you're seeing is the heating and cooling systems, roughing in the main lines for that. We'll walk down through here. All the rooms on our left here are all independent rooms for studio. They all have acoustic joints in the floors, so the sound transfers through the floor doesn't transfer, and those joints as well run down between the walls here. You'll see there's a joint in the floor itself, so we don't get transference of your sound. The wood blocking you see in the walls, that'll be for marker boards, shelves, acoustic wall treatments that'll be hung at a later date after the drywall's done and the space is completed.
About this wall here, Bill?
Yeah, those walls you see like that have shelving on them. So beneath the drywall, we're putting plywood on all the walls that get a lot of shelving that might get altered over time. So there's always a way to anchor in whatever the school needs. If you look at the rough end on the corridors, you'll see that all the electrical boxes are wrapped with a fire blanket. That's to keep sound from penetrating through the outlets into the corridor, and this mineral wool insulation will be stuffed in this whole cavity before we drywall too. So a lot of attention to detail as to how to block sound. Over to our right here through the stud you can see the doors are on the other corridor, but these are some of the large group rooms for classes. There's 3 of them down through here. Again, the wood blocking is for marker, tack boards, acoustic treatments that'll go in. As we proceed down the corridor here, straight ahead of us is where the Walker organ will be relocated into this precast concrete structure. Right now it's kind of being used as a equipment room for some of the guys. But this is the room where the Walker organ will be relocated to. Sits over here along the north side. Again, the guys overhead are running in the piping and stuff for the heating and cooling. Got the drain pipes in for the upper room. There's a mechanical room above us that has an air handler that feeds the lobby for the heating and cooling. Window openings here. The masons on the outside are starting to get the brick and stone done on this, leading over to the lobby. Now this entrance here, there will be an exit here on the building. This is one that will not be used all the time. This is incidental. It's not planned to be used a lot. On our left, we have some mechanical janitor closets. We have electrical room for the distribution of the electrical. So swing around here to the right, kind of back toward where we started at the other end. This is the corridor that comes off the lobby. On the right, we have a group of bathrooms here. You can see that they're all roughed in. We're ready for board here as well. The steel you see in there, those are counter supports for solid surface counters with integrated sinks in them. These rooms get tile on the walls, tiled floors. This will be a four sink bay right here. This is the men's here. We have a couple toilet stalls, some urinals.
Are these the bathrooms for the concert hall?
Yes, they are the bathrooms for the concert hall. There's a set here. There's a set upstairs and a set on the other side as well. Across the way here, you see these little framed out openings. These are kind of some bench areas. There'll be wood paneling and benches. Down through here on the left, this will be casework inside all these little alcoves to the left. And then this is one of the larger rooms here. There's 3 of them this size that are for classes. So I think we'll turn around here and we'll go out into the lobby and see where everybody will come in for the main shows. On our left here, this will be an elevator equipment room. And then we have our elevator that will be here that's coming in about 1 month to be installed. As you walk out here, we're entering the lobby. Off to our left, that'll be a vestibule where everybody will come in. That's the one off the corner of 10th and Columbia. If we spin around the other direction, you see the main staircase in the open lobby. That takes you up to a little balcony up above here for access to the second floor seating of the performance hall. The openings down below it here behind this ductwork is the main entrances into the performance hall. Currently right now we have probably about 70-80 guys working on site. You can see we have some of the glass here. We're going to start putting glass in the lobby here. The roof is for the most part on. We have a little bit over the top of us to do yet, the entry vestibules. We'll go over this way, going to the north side. You can see the vestibule that exits out onto 9th Street, straight ahead of us here. That'll lead us over to the concert hall itself here. As you come in here, you look overhead, you'll see the underside of the balcony above. The fireproofing has just been done on all the steel support beams. That has to be done by code in case there's a fire. It doesn't melt the support steel and cause a collapse. Down below here, you'll see the tiered seating at the back of the house. And up above there, between those two columns, where the pipes are coming out of the floor to your right there, Kelly, that'll be the control booth up there for running the shows. Now, you can see right now we have a scaffold system set up. We are currently up there at 41 feet, putting in the ductwork and stuff, and we'll go ahead and take a trip up there and let you see what we're doing way up high inside here. As you come into the concert hall, this will be the crosswalk between the seats. The seats will go up to the right side here, as well as they'll go down to the left side, down to the stage lip, and that'll be our stage there. This scaffold system is being used to put all the ductwork, the sprinkler pipe, all the rigging for the curtains and lights up at the level. It's a full dance floor, we like to call it, up top, that allows the guys to do work. This scaffold is going to come down in about 2 weeks to an elevation. Right now it's 41 foot above our head. And in 2 weeks it comes down to an elevation of 24 foot, and we finish from 24 up to the 41. So we can go ahead and head on up. And go ahead, right. Now here, if we look back to the west here, you're looking down on the balcony. The balcony's the back side here. The openings you see with the daylight coming through, those are the upper entries into the balcony of the performance hall. And over here we have the side galleries, which will have seating as well along the sides there. So let's go ahead and head upstairs. Okay, a lot of stuff happening up here. You see all the supply ductwork for the heating and cooling is being installed, and we're painting things out. Come ahead here. The guys are installing the ductwork.
What is these?
Yeah, a lot of these rods you see, there's a bunch of rods hanging through here. Some of these support the acoustic shelves over the hall, some support sprinkler line below us, lighting, stuff of that nature. You can see they're all roughly a foot off the floor. When we drop the scaffold, they'll get extended down. Guys ahead here installing the ductwork. Keeping all the ductwork covered with this blue plastic so we don't contaminate the system. Behind us. But yeah, right now we are 41 foot above the seating area, and we just have the plywood wall to wall in here. Hired a company to come in and put this all together and make it safe for the guys. We've got restrictions on how much weight they can do, how much they can lift with a winch. We've got a winch system over here. Got a winch system here that allows the guys to raise and lower. We got the winch that allows them to go down to the main floor, hook onto stuff, raise it back up. Got secure gates, self-closing, allowing the guys to do their work safely, making sure nobody gets hurt. That's kind of where we're at up here. Like I said, about 2 weeks we dropped. Now right here we have the ladder that comes off the catwalks over the clouds. This is how you get to the roof of the concert hall, which is 64 feet above the ground. So below us you can kind of see down through the floor. There's a catwalk That'll be the lighting access platforms for adjusting lights for shows and theatrical rigging. A lot of your rigging comes down to that for your speaker clusters and stuff of that nature. So we'll head on downstairs. From here you can kind of see the scaffold above where it's all decked over with the plywood. When we drop it, it's going to come down to these yellow putt logs that go across. That'll be our next level we'll stop at, and we'll finish out this area that we're at here. Now over the top of us here is one of the catwalks. It crosses over, travels over to the north side, and it runs along the wall. There'll be a spiral staircase. I want to step up beyond the light. Way back in that corner, back through all this scaffold, there's a spiral staircase that will eventually go in and lead you to that. Now the bottom side of these platforms or these catwalks will be covered with acoustic shelf clouds that hang at about this height to travel across and block off the sound from bouncing off of them. Head on down. Here we're in the lower seating area again, heading down to the stage front. Right ahead of us here where this steps up, this is the stage lift. The stage will sit on this. There'll be a tongue and groove wood floor on this. It'll have side sound shelves and acoustic shelves for when we finish out. It's quite a ways down the road yet. What you see underneath here, that is a return air duct. This will all have a fancy wood slat wall in front of it. You won't see it when it's done. The same along the side gallery over there. You see that opening below the walkway on the side. That'll have return air grills in there. You won't notice it. It's just all decorative, finished out wood. All concealed.
What's right in front of us?
Right in front of us there, where you see the wood handrail and the structure, that is the organ pod, or I should say organ shell at the back stage. That is where the Cassavant organ will install up there above where that white wood handrail is. I have that scheduled to come in May to be installed and then to be tuned out in the fall. So we got to get that up in there so we can build everything over the front of it. Beyond the block wall and this doorway below is just kind of a back storage area for platforms or what the college needs to use for shows. The organ itself takes about 4 to 5 weeks to tune. So they'll have about a 5-week install in May. They'll go away, we'll put the wood floor in, we'll get the finishes done in front of that organ, and then they'll come back in the fall and do the fine tuning of the organ. So we'll head back out here, back to the lobby. We'll go down the north side where the recital and rehearsal halls are. What you see here on the right, this opening, this little space, this is where the curtains from down the side here come down in and they turn in here and they tuck away for storage behind a door. Newton Builders is installing one of the door frames down here right now for access at the other end of the curtain. Turn and look down this way. That is the hallway down the north side of the concert hall. This leads all the way down to the orchestra and the choir rehearsal rooms. Again, you have some benches and some cabinets alongside of the corridor. We'll come around here. You'll see the recital hall in process. Right now the structural people are installing the supports for the acoustic shelf that'll hold the lights and curtains around the side of the recital hall here. If you look down to our left, you have the recessed pit that'll have the tiered platform in it for performances, as well as the raised seating portion right here. The holes you see cut in the floor, those are for the hearing loop. That's going to be put in, gets embedded right in the floor. This floor ends up with a tongue and groove wood finish on it. So this is some of the last structural work we have going on right now. We're just about done with structural. Those little shelves you see up there, those are where these wood assemblies, their paneling and that, come down and they set on the lower shelf. They're meant to break up the sound, and the curtains run around in behind them. A lot of curtains in this room for adjusting on the hard surfaces to get better sound in here. Those will happen here shortly as far as getting the brackets in. Now here again on our left we have two bathroom groups. We have the women's and the men's bathroom. We also have a small individual bathroom here. And then we have the entrance into the orchestra rehearsal room. This will be the orchestra rehearsal room. You see we have a floor covering on the floor because the floors have been polished so that we can get them right up to the edges before we build the walls in here. The space is open, however, it does have a wall around the outside with drywall on it. You can take a look at these frames. You swing around, Kelly. We lay a stud wall in front of this, and the drywall tucks into these door frames to make the finished assembly. We'll head back out the other side. Here you'll see a lot of pipe laying here. This is a lot of our steam pipe coming in. They're building the manifolds now in the mechanical rooms by the truck dock, so they just have this staged here to be brought in. Now on our left here, this is where we have the jazz studio. This will be a little corridor that will take you to the faculty recording room. On the left is the jazz studio. We still have some walls to build here. And then this will be the recording studio right here that has a window that looks into the jazz and into the orchestra as well. What you see here there are cable pass-throughs. We'll have finished out assemblies that will allow for cables to be brought in from these other areas in order to do the recordings that you need. Again, we're just really starting to get to this area. The other side, the studio wing's a lot farther along, but it's the way we have it scheduled. We're kind of working around to this way. Now here, if you look straight ahead, this is the corridor at the back of the stage, between the mechanical rooms and the back of stage.
Mechanical rooms on the left and the back stage on the right.
Yes, yep. If we double back around, this is the choral rehearsal hall. And you can see a lot of staging in here for equipment and stuff we're using in other parts of the building. These are big rooms. They will come together fairly quick. So we're using them to stage our materials for right now for elsewhere in the building. A lot of little rooms down the sides here for communications and janitor closets. A lot of small spaces here. We step back here. Right here we have one of the mechanical rooms that we come into. The room on the right will be the fire pump. That'll be where the fire manifold comes in. We're in the process of getting the board up in these mechanical rooms. Right here is the chiller. This is the cooling system of the building. And then what you see here are a lot of the piping associated with it that goes up overhead here to the cooling tower on the second floor. This item right here is the remote sump for the cooling tower for the water filtration of it. hangs over our head. This is another mechanical room in here. They're just in the process of taping out, trying to get the mechanical equipment in. That'll kind of look out to the right here. This will be the back entrance to the facility coming off by the physical plant. On our right is a truck dock. Truck dock here will be where they can bring stuff into the building. Beyond that is kind of a mechanical electrical farm with a slab. There'll be a slab out there where the transformers, the power, the generator sits. Beyond that will be a screen wall blocking it from 10th Street so you don't see it. And this will have a sidewalk coming down from here. And this parking lot will get bigger here off from the physical plant. You can see off to the north here, heading toward 9th Street. This is where we're starting to get ready to put the cast stone down. That's the through wall flashing that carries the moisture under any of that outside the building so it doesn't get trapped. Here you can see the cast stone behind us at the next stage. They're installing the cast stone. The moisture barrier gets put on. 2-inch foam gets put on. The joints all get taped. Stone goes on, and then these anchors get anchored in to keep the stone in place. Busy area back here.
Hey, watch your step, big guy. Watch your step.
Now here we're coming into the performance hall from the back. This would be back to stage. Again, there's a lot of stuff has to be built here. You have a lot of finishes. Just really need to get the overhead stuff done on the scaffold. But this is where equipment would be brought in for shows or instruments would be moved in. Would come through this area we just walked in here.
I'm going to go to the front of the stage real quick. Maybe.
Now here you're standing on the stage and looking out toward the seating area and the balcony up above and the lower seating. So this is a view from the very back of the stage here. Stage lips out there about another 30-40 feet. Now we're on stage left, backstage. Again, this is where stuff's brought in and out of the facility for shows. This is the storage area behind backstage for tiers or that for standing on stage or chairs, stuff of that nature. Across from us here is the green room. Go around here in the corridor. This here's the green room. Got a little bathroom in the corner that has a shower in it, but this is for people waiting to perform will be staged in here. Again, we're just in the process of getting all the overhead rough in, just so we can start getting drywall going here in another week and a half, I believe, is when we've got it scheduled to start putting board on all the walls. To our left and across the way here are a couple more studios, the percussion studios. These have block walls along with stud walls in front of them. Here you see again, you have one wall that's completely isolated from the other. There's a joint in the floor between them so the sound doesn't transfer through. You have an outer wall and you also have a frame wall inside of that that's kept separate, just to knock down on the acoustic transference in the building. We'll go ahead and go up the stairs here to the second floor. Second floor is a lot of the same as what the first floor is. Just a few differences, but same work is going on upstairs and down. The wall on the left here, you see where this drywall is missing. The reason that is we had to hang this stair and we had to work through that wall to do it. And we wanted to get as much of that board up before we put the stair in the way. They'll piece that in, but this is where that metal sculpture on the outside of Nykirk right now will end up mounted on this wall. So something that we have to get and move over here. Okay, you look back around here, this metal rails you see here, these two all get a real nice wood finish on them. You won't see any of this metal when it's done. It'll have a stainless steel handrail, but it's all finished architectural woodwork on it. If we head around this way, on our left here, this is the library. Then we have, I'm drawing a blank right now. Can't remember which room this is. It's actually two rooms here. Then we're down to the corridor here. This looks out. There'll be a window at the end. Here, these rooms are like the ones we've seen downstairs. These are all the ones that are going to get frames within frames. You see all the studs here. They're starting to do that behind us right now. But you can see we've gone through and we put in the fire block from floor to floor. That's that red caulk. That keeps fire from jumping floors in the building. And you can see above us how these walls are getting the mineral bad insulation. The ductwork shoved through, so when we do the acoustic lids underneath them, everything is supported independent of those ceilings. Head down here to the left. This is where we first walked in the building down below. This is a glass window up here, overlooks the south elevation. And these are like the studios down below. Get the rooms within rooms that are in the process. You can see ahead here how they're starting to work here, building the separate walls. So they're working from this end, coming this way, and that's how the drywall will follow behind us as well. That'll start in about a week and a half. Now this will be where you enter this little group of studios right in the middle of the second floor studio wing, and you have all these little rooms that are all framed independently. They still have to frame them. They're putting the ductwork in right now above us, trying to get it like it is over there where they're framing, but all these rooms will have, you can see the joints in the floors. There'll be two walls here. There'll be two walls here. There'll be two walls here, and they'll have their own independent lids in them. So a lot of stuff to put up before we can get to that, but we're trying to aim for having the drywall in the building pretty much done by Christmas. And then you have the air handler here that does the performance hall. So this is just a big mechanical room that's going to have a ton of ductwork and pipe in it before it's all done. Here we have a doorway that steps out. This will take you out into the cooling tower. This is outside the building, so you got a roof down below here, but this is where the cooling tower is for keeping the building cool. These two holes you see down here, these two round holes, they are the blower lines for the organ itself. We have ductwork that will come out of these, run along this wall. This will all get a wall built around it, and the organ blower room will be built right around this corner here. And the organ blower will set up in here. You can see overhead all the fire spray has been applied. That's a dirty portion of the work. Be glad to see that done. We only have the lobby left to do now. So this is all open storage area up here. On the right, the wood handrail gets replaced with a removable metal rail, but that's the air handler here that takes care of all the heating and cooling for the rehearsal and recital halls. And we'll keep working out here to the front. Now what we're coming up on here, this is the lobby overlooking the balcony overlooking the lobby. And this will all be open, and again, this railing we're seeing here This will all be finished out with wood. You won't even see this steel. Got stainless steel handrails for going down the stairs. We're going to be pouring the last set of stair pans. You can see here before the stairs are poured. This is what they look like. We've got a contractor coming in tomorrow, and they'll be pouring these, so we'll have these concrete stairs done tomorrow. But that's what they look like before we pour the topping in them. But this overlooks the south entrance, and you can see all the curtain wall going in, the windows around the front here, the support steel that holds them in place, being as tall as they are. Overhead, you can see a lot of the copper pipe being put in. That is for the heating of the space as well. If you look down along the inside of the curtain wall here, the windows, you'll see there's a trench. That trench is where there's thin tube heating coils that go in. That'll radiate heat that'll keep the windows from fogging over. That just works its way up along the curtains, and they'll pull back in. There'll be a sealing system up here. Ahead of us here is the side gallery where there'll be some seating, and then you have the cross walk here that leads around the front, and then there's a row of steps that come up along the side. There'll be a railing built along here. Again, we got to frame all that once we get the scaffold out of here, but that'll be all this way to access the rows of seating up top here. A lot of work put that scaffold. Took three weeks just to build the scaffold the way it is, and we're going to take another 2 to drop it down. When they drop it, they'll be dropping it to this height right here. Then they'll be finishing from there on up. The next time they drop it, we'll be taking it out for except just enough to put the railing on around the front of the stage here, or excuse me, around the front of the balcony. Well, I hope you enjoyed the little tour there. I'm sure we'll see a lot of you on October 17th and 18th when we have the homecoming tours. Looking forward to it. If there's anything you guys need, you just let us know. We really enjoy working for Hope College.